Hi, Kaleidoscope Panda, and thank you for another great question. First, for those who don't know what paradoxical intention is, it is a traditional cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI approach, where you're told that if you're not sleeping in your bed, then you can just go, I want to stay awake, 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 and essentially try to stay awake to trick yourself into sleeping, something like that. The idea is that if we try to sleep, we don't sleep. So if we instead try to stay awake, then we will sleep. And in this way, if we're just like lying in our bed with our eyes closed and going like, I want to stay awake, I want to stay awake, I want to stay awake, I do not think this will be helpful because it is not honest. It's just a trick. It's just another way that we try to sleep and it will not quote unquote work. In fact, anytime that we're asking ourselves the question, will this work for my early morning awakenings? We should be honest with ourselves and see that we're actually asking ourselves, will this make me sleep? And whenever we're trying anything to make ourselves sleep, that just becomes a sleep effort that just keeps us awake. Because again, the more we try to sleep, the more we stay awake. Even this camouflage way of trying to stay awake to sleep is not helpful. On the other hand, if we honestly change our intent and intentions when we're awake at night to a place where we are accepting the fact that we're awake, we're okay with being awake, not necessarily enjoying it or celebrating it, but when we honestly change our intention to an okayness with being awake, that will really help. Because if we have an early morning awakening and we're okay with that, we're like, I woke up early and that's okay, I'm just going to read a book or just relax, just rest, then there's nothing that pressures us to sleep, and then sleep happens easily again.